All right, guys, so we are back at it. This is the Great Commission Academy with Caleb, and we are going to be at the Sebring Circle again today. We're going to be sharing the gospel out here, passing out little pamphlets. On the pamphlet, it's going to have a QR code, which shows the Bible Way to Heaven, a video on YouTube for people to scan and watch on their own time. But more importantly, we're going to be giving the gospel today. We got the whole family out today, so what we're going to be doing. Now, a little tip before we head out is this. Whenever you're out sharing the gospel, you're going to run into people who just want to argue, want to get into debate, or some people might just have questions, and the questions might turn into a conversation where you're kind of going back and forth, and it's getting a little bit rowdy. Not argument or anything like that, but just how debates can be. You want to bring your point in, you want to hear their points, but then at the same time you want to make sure your point gets heard. Here's what you need to do. Make sure that when you're in that type of conversation, as you talk, you slow the pace of your words. This is something that I've been practicing, and I don't do it all the time, but I'm working on it. Is sometimes you want to get your point across and you want to speak before the other person has a chance to, even finish their conversation. Inside of yourself, you need to talk to yourself and say, hey, let their point come across. Don't try to be the person who, is heard the entire time. If your point is valid, make it valid, but slow down your rhythm in regards to your speaking. So if you're talking to them and you're like, hey, well, the Bible says that you have to make sure that you're saved by faith only, not of works, and you can't earn it. But the problem is you're doing this and that. You're on this quick rhythm. You want to slow it down and then, well, think about this. Here's something to consider. I do hear your point and I hear why you say that. But let me just make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You see how you slowed the tempo down, and by doing that, you're going to slow them down. And then you might have actually gained an extra 2 to 5 minutes of discussion time now, because now they're willing to listen to you, because they're going to match your energy. They're not doing it purposefully, but that's just how it happens. I think there's a Bible verse for this. I think it's in Proverbs 15 where it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, which is very true. So if you're ever talking to someone, giving the gospel, and it starts to get pretty intense, just slow your pace down. I learned this in when I used to do call centers. If you take a call and someone's in a very distressed situation, and they're yelling on the phone, hurry up, do this, do that, I need this for that, right? And it's not really life or death, but you can tell they're just yelling and they're angry. What they teach you is talk slow and talk low. That way they have to stop yelling in order to hear you. And then they have to slow down because they're actually wanting to listen to what you're going to say, at least a portion of it. And if they don't, then at least you can say, well, I can't even get a word in, and then you end it from there. But hopefully that helps you guys out. If anything, we'll be out here soul winning. We want to make sure you guys go out and do the same exact thing so we can all work together and fulfill the Great Commission. Remember, it takes teamwork. And the Great Commission is for everyone, not just the pastor and not just the evangelist. See you guys on the next one.
The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few.